Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio, so today we need to do that thing we do every so often, where we take a look at the best Pokémon TCG products you can be buying right now. Although some of these it's more pre-ordering right now, but everything here should at least be up for pre-order, so I'm cheating a little bit. But there are some things where I do think it's worth waiting for the pre-orders rather than getting things that are out right now. So let's start as we often do with collectors. It's a Mew Ultra Premium collection. Now this is actually coming for Pokemon Card 151. This is not actually releasing until October, which I understand is a few months away. But pre-orders have started for this. This is available for pre-order now. I know Best Buy did pre-orders like a week or so ago. So, yes, I do understand that you can't just walk into a shop and buy this right now. However, I do believe that this is the best product to... If you're going to be a collector, if you want something cool to collect, I think this is the best thing right now. Now, what you've got here is a $120 box, which is expensive. But again, we're looking for collectors, so we don't mind spending a bit more. And you get yourself 16 packs, which is cool, but that's not really why we're buying it. You get yourself a deck box, some dice, a coin, that's all well and good. You get yourself an amazing playmat, which is amazing, it's a stunning playmat. And then you get yourself your Mewtwo illustration rare, and your Mew special illustration rare. They're all there, they're all lovely. There's also a metal Mew card, but we haven't seen it, we have no idea what it looks like, but I'm willing to bet it's going to be cool. And the thing is, it's an expensive product. Mew is a very popular Pokemon, and it comes with a bunch of really cool stuff. Collection-wise, this is just the best thing coming out in the near future. If you want something a bit more recent, something you can go and buy now, I don't usually suggest this in these videos, but I'm going to suggest the Evolving Skies Elite Trainer Box. And the reason I don't usually suggest stuff like this, you're probably not finding these on the shelves. If you do find these on the shelves, run to buy them as fast as you possibly can. But the reality is you're probably not going to find these on the shelves. They're currently retailing, well not retailing, but they're currently selling on eBay and stuff for about $75. They should be near at $50. But the point is, Evolving Skies is a set which has really just jumped up in terms of collectability, desirability, etc. These are, at least it looks like they're on the way to being ridiculous in terms of value. You're not going to be able to buy them cheaply enough. And these are going to be very cool for collectors in the future because they've got packs of Evolving Skies in, which is brilliant. But also because they're cool EV-related products. I don't like saying, hey, go and buy these things on the secondary market. But I think for collectors right now, these are one of the coolest things you can pick up. And they're not ridiculous yet, they're just a bit expensive. This is something I'm toying with the idea of picking up. Now, if you want to learn to play, my advice at the moment, and this is going to change, but my advice at the moment is the same as it's been for a while. Go and buy the Battle Academy. There are two flavors. One has Charizard and Pikachu on the front. The other has Scorbunny and Pikachu on the front. But this is basically the Pokemon TCG as a board game. 3 decks, proper board, sit and play. This is the best way to learn the game right now. Because you pick up a deck, and it's all built for you, and it's run like a board game, and it's just easy and simple. I have suggested to many of my friends with kids to pick this up to teach their kids how to play, and they generally love it, and then they come back to me and they say, Wossy, Wossy, Wossy. Now what? Like, we're loving this, but there's only 3 decks. What do we do now? And there is an easy answer to that as well. EX decks. That is where you go after this. First, you go Battle Academy. When you've used all of those decks, you go to EX decks. The most recent ones are Chen Pao and Tinkerton, but there are other ones out there. The old V decks work as well. And basically, these are more pre-constructed 60-card decks that are about on the same level as the decks in the Battle Academy, but it gives you more decks to play with without having to worry about having to actually build them. Although obviously weakness and resistance could then become a bit more of a thing and it could be a bit awkward. Not all the decks are going to be completely even. They are, from what I hear, quite balanced in the Battle Academy. But this is an easy way to build onto them. It's not out yet. But in the future, we're going to get my first battle set. this is going to be what I'm suggesting going forward. Because it's awesome. It's basically designed as a proper job beginner's product, but you get 2 17-card decks. You don't use prize cards, use tokens, and you play quick, easy battles. This, when it releases, is going to be, so if you're watching this slightly in the future, this is going to be my recommendation for what you should use to learn to play. For now, the Battle Academy is the best you've got. But what if you don't want to play with these less competitive decks? What if you want to try and get competitive fast? Well, there is a product for that, and it is the League Battle decks. League Battle decks are amazing. The 2 most recent ones are built around Palkia V-Star and Mew V-Max. They are by far the best ones to go for. There are others, but they're a little bit older, and parts of them have rotated out, as in you can't use them in standard tournaments, and it's a little bit more awkward. Although they're still good, and the best thing you can do if you want to learn to play competitively fast, buy a bunch of League Battle decks, play them against each other, because even if you're not taking these specific decks to tournaments, the point of League Battle decks is they are tournament level decks, or they were when released. So that means that you are learning to play the game with tournament level decks. You are learning the strategies of, wait for it, tournament level decks. And that's kind of the point here, ladies and gentlemen. It's awesome. I recommend these very, 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 very highly indeed. I would also recommend beefing them up with the Trainer's Toolkit. This gets you a bunch of staples, as in cards that are going to be used in a whole bunch of different decks. And then you also get yourself a bunch of other stuff. The most recent one is the best one to be picking up right now. And it does get you an Arceus V and an Arceus V-Star, amongst a bunch of other stuff. But you basically get a bunch of sleeves and tokens that you need, a bunch of staple cards, a couple of packs. Really, really good product. And honestly, right, if you want to learn to play the Pokémon TCG competitively, just go and buy a couple of League Battle decks and a Trainer's Toolkit. You are going to be well on the way. And at that point, you can basically just start buying singles. And I think you're probably going to be okay. Highly, 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 highly recommend. Now, that's if you want to be playing. But what about for experienced players? What if you've been playing for a while? And I get this question a lot from people. You know, my son's a big Pokémon TCG player. What should I buy them? Don't buy random products for experienced Pokémon TCG players, because they probably know what they want. My family have done this in the past, and it's very sweet of them, and I appreciate the thought. I promise you I do. But my family in the past have bought me random theme decks back when they existed that I already had. And it wasn't a great present. What they should have done was talk to me or one of my friends. But if you don't want to do that, what you should do is the more expensive option is booster boxes. That is it's basically 36 packs. And they're not terribly cheap. You can generally, if they retail for like 144, you can generally pick them up for like 110-ish a lot of the time. But I know that's quite expensive. If that's within your budget, a booster box is a great present. Random booster packs are also great presents. Always fun. Or Paldea Evolved being the most recent set, so that's probably the one to go for at the moment. Or singles. Because most players, there are singles that they want for decks they're building or for their binders for collections or whatever. Just individual cards. And I know it ruins a present aspect of it. I get it. But if you're buying a present for an experienced player, a lot of the time asking them what singles they want and buying them is actually the best option. I know it sounds a bit boring, and for that I can only apologize. But the most common question I get asked is, what do I buy for kids? What product do I buy for children? Well, there are 3 options, basically, and they are all very, very good options. The collector's chest is always a good option. The reason collector's chests are so good is they basically come in a lunchbox. And kids love the lunchbox. And I know this because I have kids. And I don't buy many collector's chests, but when I do, guess what happens to the lunchbox? Every single time they get stolen by my children. The most recent one is on the screen. It's got Koraidon and Miraidon on the front, and it comes with promos of the first partner Pokemon, Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley. But it's also a pretty kid-centric product. You get some boosters, you get a coin, but you get stickers and a little notebook, and you get yourself a binder to put individual cards in to show them off. Very small binder, 1 card per page. Kids love those binders. They're easy to carry around. These are great products for kids. Also highly recommend any EX boxes that you see around. These are like, they're $22 nowadays, but you basically get yourself a Pokemon EX, i.e. a guaranteed shiny card, plus sometimes a jumbo, sometimes just other promos and 4 packs. For the price, they're very, very good value, and the guaranteed EX is great because kids love EXs. If you're on more of a budget, mini tins. Mini tins, I recommend these very, 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 very highly indeed, but because it's $10 for 2 packs. They generally come around for the special sets, so you do see them for other things. These are always good. Crown Zenith is the one at the moment you should go for because the pull rates are really good for them. So that's what I would recommend quite highly. They're the ones on the screen right now. But when we get to June and they're out, the Scarlet and Violet 151 tins, there are 10 different designs. They will then become the best ones to buy. Mini tins are always good for kids. Great present for kids. And then we need to finish off with a WOSSY pick, and I'm going to go simple here. Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer boxes. They are amazing, and I could not recommend them more highly. Right now, Paldea Evolved has just come out, so this is going to be getting a little bit harder to find. I apologize. But basically, the Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box, you get yourself, they're like $60. You get 11 packs, and you get some sleeves and other accessories, but you get the promos. Paldea Evolved, you get yourself the Pikachu promo with the first partner Pokemon. And what's great about the Pokemon Center exclusive one is that you get the regular and you get the stamped promo. As the name might suggest, these can only be gotten from the Pokemon Center, which only ships to the UK, US, and Canada. The regular Elite Trainer boxes are cool. They're exactly the same, but you get 2 fewer packs and you don't get the stamped promo. I'm giving you my pick. I love these for the stamped promos. Now, Paldea Evolved might be awkward to find now, but there are 2 sets for which pre-orders have gone up. One of which is Obsidian Flames, and that comes with a Charmander promo, and it's awesome. And then you've got Pokemon Card 151, which comes with the Snorlax promo. What I will say is, both of these sets are, as I record, sold out on the Pokemon Center. But the sets aren't out yet. So we know, because this always happens, these Elite Trainer boxes will be restocked. They will every time they're always restocked when the set comes out. So I feel very confident they will be. But they're usually restocked at other times as well. So keep an eye, and if you see them go up for pre-order, this is my WOSSY pick. This is what I think you should go for. Right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you need to know, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me how excited you are. Tell me which products you have bought, which products you would like. Tell me if there's any recommendations you've got that I didn't cover in this video. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the WOSSY. That's where we talk about Pokemon and card games and all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join the Discord, all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel like the lovely Matt DS, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.